sharp. This is a fun, and we talked a little bit off screen about this. This is one of those moments, like, I know you love buy downs, and because it does things that we don't normally think of being able to do. And this conversation you started and we're going to have today, I think is one of those moments that really can change the way we, in the future, starting today, buy homes.
Well, exactly right. I mean, it's been the case that, as people go into adulthood and, they finish school and, maybe they've gone to college and they feel like, well, I'm not able to buy yet, that, I don't have the wherewithal in terms of down payment money, or I'm feeling like I don't have high enough income, which oftentimes isn't always the full story. I see too many times it's, you have high enough income, but you have higher debt that's overwhelming that income. So it's becoming an obstacle. So what happens is younger folks feel like they've got to wait some magical period of time to sort out all these parameters. And what I think they're missing here is consider, maybe a little more creative way to not have to wait and get into ownership easier. And of course, by virtue of our slide here, that's where I would suggest to folks, it's like, and I can remember from my own past experience, way back before I shouldn't say before the war, because you got a war going on now, but
yeah.
When I got out of high school in mid 70s, the first thing I did with two of my high school buddies is we immediately moved out of our homes. We weren't forced to. We immediately moved out and we rented a home. And we had, rented it from my girlfriend's father, but we immediately moved out when we were 18 and boom, we're living together, three of us, in a rental home. I think that's a scenario that maybe it still plays out a fair amount today, but if it does, too often it's more focused on renting something, and folks aren't thinking about, well, wait a minute. If I think I've got a friend or two that I'm comfortable enough with, maybe I should consider doing something like that, but not just as a renter, maybe as a home buyer. And I think that's what we want to try to emphasize in our discussion today.